Today we are joined by Carl Canedy, the drummer from the Rhoads, a longtime New York heavy metal band. A great storied history they have. They have a new album out. It's their 10th one. It's called Rattle the Cage. And Carl also has a book that just came out called Tales of a Wild Dog. And so we get to talk to him a little bit about the making of that book, the new album from the Rhoads, and of course his past history. And I think we all owe a debt of gratitude to Carl for his production work. Jason, I don't have to tell you where this guy, made his mark in the world of production. Some of our favorite bands.
Yeah, his involvement with Johnny and Marcia Zazula at Megaforce Records and the onset of the earliest inceptions of thrash music, mainly on the East Coast, but getting on the map with, of course, Kill 'Em All by Metallica. Carl Canedy came in a little bit later as far as like a name that you read on records as engineer and producer, of course with Anthrax, as well as more and more and more. But Overkill, all the early Anthrax records, Among the Living, Carl was there. He was the one helping put the songs together and helping put those bands' ideas into putting them on the rails for the right direction. That he was communicative with those bands and their songs early years, and a debt of gratitude. He's so humble, he will not take that debt of gratitude. He was True. Yeah. Does not wear that hat at all. Very, very humble. His book will be hopefully a tell-all. Where did he say you could get that? What's it called?
Anywhere you can buy books, Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. You could just Google it, I'm sure. And he leaves us a website in this episode where you can get an autographed copy of it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it off the top of my head, but stay tuned and listen, pay attention during the episode.
The book is called
Tales of a Wild Dog.
That's right. Tales of a Wild Dog.
Yeah. And a lot of great stories related to the book. We talk about the new Rhoads album and the production credits, just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying. He did the first 3 releases from Anthrax. He did Overkill's Field of Fire. He worked with Possessed.
Violence and Force, Exciter.
He did Exciter's Violence and Force, one of my favorite records of that type of music. And we got to talk to him a little bit about that and how those sessions went. So a lot of good information. And as you said, I tried to push some credit on him and call him like one of the architects of what became thrash metal. And as you said, he's very humble. Just sort of shrugged it off. I might have even embarrassed him a little bit.
Oh, I don't think you embarrassed him. I think that you just get into how he is as a person and psyche, and he's proud, obviously, because he's got all of his work displayed in his studio, but at the same time, he's not. He's happy. He's happy that he got to do that, but he doesn't wear it on his head and say, "Hey, look at me." He's right. I thoroughly enjoy talking to him. He seems like a very down to earth, superhuman kind of buddy.
So, yeah, great drummer too.
Yeah, I know, right? And still relevant in my eyes. Yeah, Rhoads have a new record out. What's that called?
Rattle the Cage.
That's right.
The new album from the Rhoads. We didn't get to talk to him because we lost him there, but I do believe there's a tour to support that record. So be on the lookout for the Rhoads tour dates upcoming. And of course, his book, Tales of a Wild Dog. So yeah, real pleasure. The guy is not a glory seeker at all, but he sure has a lot to his credit. And he was happy to share some of it with us today. We were grateful to have him. Carl Canedy today on the Talk Louder podcast.